inside of our hearts. It feels so nice to pray in the dark. Beings of light, see who you are. 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 See who you are.
Now I'm unmuted. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, seekers. I hope your Wednesday night delight is going fantastic and everybody's feeling so amorous after that Valentine's Day yesterday. I am your hostess with the mostest water, that is. Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo. Super hydrated today. Make sure you bring your high quality H2O to this feed because you know I'm always an advocate for water. Energy moves best through water because we are electrical beings. So to your health, wealth, and prosperity. You guys already know it's Wednesday. We're doing a supernatural story time. This is what we do every single Wednesday night. So if this is your first time watching, bienvenue. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. I am live streaming every single Wednesday and Sunday night, Eastern time. And this time it is no different. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you do for Valentine's Day? For me, I learned how to make a new knot with some rope. And if you guys want to check out some rope art, go check out my new Instagram page, The Oracle of Apollo Art, where I will be having all kinds of new and sensually spicy things on there. Not family friendly, but definitely fun. So make sure you guys go check that out. I'm going to bring my guest on for today. She is actually one of the experts on Ask the Experts on Bathrobe Moments with Lauren Michaels Harris. And I'm super elated to bring her on the show. So make sure that you guys are sharing this because there just might be something here that may resonate with you or someone else. I see all black right now. Jaime, do you see me in the background, in the back room? You also don't see me? And you can't also see me. You guys can hear me, but no one can see me. How weird. Let me plug in. All right, let's bring my guest on and see if my camera resets. Hello, Miss Jaime.
Oh, here we go.
Can you see me?
Nope, still can't see you.
I'm an invisible person right now.
Ooh, this is awesome.
Oh, we'll just do the monitor.
There you are.
Okay. Sorry, we had to switch cameras. My other camera, even though it shows that it's on, is for some reason not showing that it's on. So we're going to lower the resolution here and use the laptop camera. Anywho, thank you for being here. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you for having me. This is exciting. We always have a good time. You're a dynamic woman, so this is going to be fun.
Yes, I also agree. It's been a while. We've been seen on screen many times here with Lauren Michaels Harris, and she is in the host square. She was not in the host square. That was just the background banner, but thank you for commenting. Now she's in her own square. See, bam, she got her own square like this, like that game show, Hollywood Square. She got her own square, y'all. Okay, Jaime, let everybody at home know, because you're new to Divine Encounters, although everyone else knows you in the E360 forum. Who are you and what are you about?
Ooh, I like hearing that. So, I consider myself a Renaissance woman because I believe I am a multi-talented, faceted woman, and there's a lot of things that I enjoy, like science and reading. I'm a scholar of life, a student of life. I explore the body, I look at the DNA, and, my personality, all these years, I used to want to be a judge and a fashion designer and a archaeologist and a journalist. And you know what it was? You know what those things have in common? It's like getting to the core of it, who we are, what we are, whether that's in fashion, design, words, thought, creation, anything like that. So my personality is getting to the root of it, root of the cause. And I like to say fuck a lot. And I live holistically and radically. I am a radical feminist, and that means that I truly believe that the reason why we are in the state that we are in is because of the patriarch, a man-ran society.
Exactly. We had gotten into it a little bit yesterday. I think we shook some of the I think we shook some of the men on the show yesterday, talking about some very feminine things on Valentine's Day. And that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it, and I really like your perspective on things. This is why I invited you on, and I feel like seeing things from the female gaze is a little bit. It's more important. It needs to be modernized, and it needs to be here. And then there's a lot of men that say, "Well, me too, like men too, women too," and it's kind of like, all right, cool, but you guys haven't been suppressed throughout all of time, so there's also that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And it's, and that's okay for them to have their perspective, but it's like you said, it's been all about you. So now we can focus on us and not feel like we have to be in the background.
Exactly. And that is okay. I like to start off every episode, Jamie, with the angel numbers. And we call this the good news. So let's see what the good news is for us today. And then I see lights are just turning off in my room because they feel like it. That is okay. Not weird at all. And so to that I say, what's good? Hello, Gail. Thank you for being here. Glad that you're here and that you wound up here. You are supposed to be here. We're about to do the angel numbers for today. And Miss Jamie's going to listen right there in the green room. And for all of you guys at home, today's number is angel number 126. An angel number is a repetitive number that brings a numerological significance with it. And here we go. This is angel number 126. So we're going to break these down to 3 numbers. So number 126 is a blend of the energies of the number 1 and the attributes of the number 2 and the vibrations of the number 6. So number 1 promotes creation and new beginnings, self-leadership and assertiveness, inspiration, achievement and success, positivity and optimism. So number 1 tells us that we create our own realities with our thoughts, beliefs, and our own actions. And then number 2 adds its vibrations of duality, service and duty, balance and harmony, adaptability, diplomacy, and cooperation, selflessness, faith and trust, and your divine life purpose and soul mission. Now, number 6, it relates to domesticity, home and family, love and nurturing. So you could say yesterday was kind of like hitting that number 6. Responsibility and reliability, honesty and integrity. Okay, so all these numbers together, the number 126 is a message from your angels that you are currently manifesting your financial flow and material supply. Therefore, keep a positive and optimistic viewpoint and mindset to keep up the steady supply. To increase this flow of abundance, use positive angel affirmations and visualizations. Angel number 126 is a message from your angels that your material and earthly needs will be met by divine timing when that is the right time. So have faith and trust that the universe will always provide for you, and follow your inner guidance and allow it to prompt you to take positive action in your life. Angel number 126 asks you to be a diplomatic and cooperative attitude and outlook in order to set a positive example for others to learn from. It tells you that as you serve your divine life purpose, you will reap the spiritual and emotional rewards of love, trust, and companionship, as well as manifest material and financial rewards. So let me know in the comment section below right there how y'all feeling about angel number 126. I know I'm feeling optimistic. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in using positive affirmations, and I do believe that mindset is imperative when we are trying to bring something in. So, Miss Jamie, how are you feeling about this angel message today?
I like it because altogether they equal 9, and 9 is, I believe, is like new beginnings, and you're in alignment. You're doing what you need to do, or sometimes it's endings, and that's okay too because it's like you said, everything is supposed to be where it's at. It's never, you know, it's never the wrong time or too late. This is it right here, and I love those numbers equal 9.
It's never the wrong time or too late.
Mm-mm.
I like that. A lot of people kind of get caught up in the win, right? But we are always where we're meant to be. Even if we feel stuck, then it's kind of like, well, did you look under the bed? Did you look in the closet? Did you look in the attic? Are you truly really stuck, or have you just stopped trying? And I mean by trying, like, okay, you can say, oh, but I've tried everything. But sometimes it's not about trying externally, it's about cleaning house within
Mm-hmm.
on the inside. So this is what I gotta say about that. Thank you for their and okay. Thank you, Gayla, for inviting all these beautiful humans. And that was angel number 126 that we just did there. And you guys definitely, I will timestamp this later so you can recheck it out and also share that. All right. So before we jump into Jamie's supernatural story time, we're gonna keep raising that vibe because that's what this show is about. We're shifting, we're experiencing something with each other in this beautiful container that we call Divine Encounters. And what we're going to do now is called a mindfulness moment. And if this is your first time watching this show, welcome. And what we're going to do now is we're going to be very honest. And you too, Jamie, we're going to be very honest. I'm going to play this real quick clip and we're just going to sit with ourselves for 5 seconds and ask ourselves, what feeling word do I have in this moment? And from 1 to 10, where am I at energetically in this moment? 1 being the least amount of energy, 10 being the most amount of energy. And all of you at home, I challenge you to do the same thing, seekers, and pop that answer in the comment section below. All right, how are you feeling, ma'am?
I feel calm.
Calm is the word. And what is your number?
Ooh, 3.
3. Okay, so it's not really like a 3 that you're exhausted, but 3 like you're calm.
Oh, right. My energy level, though, and I love that you brought that up because a lot of people think of energy as this hype thing, but yeah, this soul energy, this energy that I feel like here and now with you on the show, yeah.
That face is priceless. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so for me, and thank you, Gail. I want to point out Gail's comment here. She's coming out of a codependent relationship that she wasn't aware of. And this kind of brings me to that point when people are like, oh, I'm being abused. And they go, well, why didn't you leave earlier? Because I didn't know that was not normal. And so she's uncovering lots of trauma all the way back to childhood and now dealing and leaving it in the past. Lots of self-healing going on. Good for you, Gail. I'm proud of you. That's beautiful. So for myself, I would say I'm at a 6 in my energy level. I also feel calm and grounded, and I have a little crick in my neck. I have a little crick right here. And so when we talk about the body and the somatic aspects of the body, we hold on to threats in the back of the neck, real, imagine, anxiety, depression, not paying bills. These are all forms of threat. And that, when we get muscular tension in the back of the neck, is threat. So be mindful of that, you guys. Okay, so today, Jamie, we're going to breathe into the words that we found within the angel number 125, which was all about bringing financial abundance in, material abundance in, and mindset. So we're going to go ahead. You guys are going to hear a chime. We're going to all close our eyes. I'm going to pop 60 seconds on the clock and guide you guys for 60 seconds of breathing. And then we're just going to notice how we shift. We're going to take control of the moment and be very present with just ourselves for an entire 60 seconds. So you guys ready, seekers? Let's do it. 60 seconds now on the clock. Everyone's eyes are closed. Take a big breath in. And just drop that breath into the belly. And as you're breathing in this 60 seconds, in this just singular moment, an expansing, never-ending time. We're going to deeply breathe into that belly, full belly expansion. This is where our power sits. This is where our confidence sits. This is where we create momentum from. And nice, slow exhales. And it's okay if any sounds come out, if you feel the urge to move, just notice the space around your body. What does your body want? Does it want to stretch? Does it want to make a soothing sound? Does it want to breathe, inhale and deeply? And just notice that and be present. Any external sounds that are trying to attract your attention is just a remember. It's just a remembrance of that you are in the present moment. 10 seconds left. Give yourself something to be grateful for about yourself. Tell yourself something that you love about yourself right now. Last breath in, collectively, letting it out. Inviting yourself to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently opening your eyes and coming back into the here and the now, into the body. And then just notice what your body needs in this moment after you've come back from that moment. And I know I'm like, I just need to stretch and crack all the things. And then let me know a feeling word, seekers, in that comment section below. Anything. There is no right or wrong to this. And your number, 1 being the least amount of energy, 10 the most amount of energy. And throw that in the comment section below. Jaime, where are you at? And what is your word now?
It's like vibrational, you know? Like a 6 or a 7.
Ooh, you went up like 4 points, 4 or 5 points there.
Yeah.
And what is your feeling word?
Transcendent.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Was there anything in your body you noticed happen specifically? Tingling, pressure, vibration, swirling, heat, cold, anything?
There is a relaxing feeling in my neck and it went down, but on my left side is tense right there where the right where that cord is, you know what I mean? Like that's where I get a lot of my trauma sometimes. And anyway, it just felt like it was more relaxed and opening, you know, when you breathe in. The importance of breathing and taking that time is so important. I love that you do that here. People need that.
I agree. People need that. And this is just a reminder of like, we did literally 60 seconds and we shifted, right? And that's all it took. And this is a remembrance of, we didn't need anything outside of ourselves to shift us. We took control of the moment and we set an intention and moved energy. Gail says that she's feeling peaceful finally. Look at this word, finally, right? But good positive energy. That word is so strong. The word finally is so strong in where you've placed it at. Because it says a lot about how you were feeling previous and how far you got in 60 seconds. And imagine if we all had a meditation practice, right? I activated my diaphragm and my vagus nerve. Good job, Eric. It feels like inflammation leaving my body, whatever the word for that is. Release. That is release. Tina says she's definitely feeling tense today. Her neck is tight, but taking time to breathe took away some of the weight and tension, dropped some of the baggage. For myself, I say I'm at an 8.5. I still have tension there. It's actually more present than it was before. So this tells me this is something that is saying, hi, we got to deal with this ASAP. So I will definitely work on that. Thank you, body, for the acknowledgement that I have to work through something. I just wanted to thank myself there for a second. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Me and Jaime really appreciate all your presence here today. We're going to go to a very super duper quick 1-minute commercial, and we're going to come right back with her story time. Get your water, get prepared. I know Jaime is going to share something fantastic that has inspired her, motivated her, and brought her to where she is today. And so get ready. It's about to be school, y'all. Let's go. That's all I got to say about that. We're about to jump into school, right? Okay, let's do the thing. We'll be right back.
basically it's about keeping our families together.
God bless this organization.
I see that my thing got cut off. oracleofapollo.com if y'all want to work with me. Real quick, spotlight sponsorship from Kiyoshi Music. You guys can go ahead and scan this code right here for Kiyoshi's Expand Your Expression is an 8-week online transformational course led by Kiyoshi. He teaches a group of creators way to elevate and jumpstart your writing, poetry, or rap songs, live performance, skills, freestyling, and overall self-expression, while taking all of that to the next level. Kiyoshi shares a lot of his secret tips and what he's learned in his 20 plus years of experience. Rocking stages across the globe, individuals will get to collaborate, network, support, and musically hold each other accountable. It's super fun, and because of it, many of its students were able to write and release their first songs, become more empowered, and face their fears. Kiyoshi Music. Shout out to our spotlight sponsorship. Thank you, everyone. I just screamed, you. That's so funny. Great. Thank you for that. All right. So we're here. We're going to be doing our supernatural story time. I hope you guys are super as elated as I am. And just selfless plug right here because we're doing plugs. Real quick, we're doing plugs. I just want to, first of all, thank you to the additional 60,000 people who have gone through my website last month. That is crazy. oracleofapollo.com. Y'all know I do reading sessions, energy coaching, and spiritual guidance. So thank you to everybody. And speaking of, I got this real cool book, and my friend sent it here. My beautiful friend Jaime sent it here to me. And I didn't want to talk about it for a second. Can we talk about this for like half a second?
Go for it, girl. I can't see you. You're stopped.
I'm stopped again. What is happening in my life?
I can hear
right
you.
Now? Lord, I don't know what's up with the interwebs right now. The interwebs be playing with my feelings. So we have this book. I got sent this beautiful date night book. Okay, y'all. So if y'all did the Valentine's thing yesterday, or your Valentine's thing is still coming up, you should check out this book because what it has like a listen. Especially for the men. Men, if you're watching, you're the minority in my show. But thank you for being here. I love your testosterone and you're always welcome in my pink world. But this book, if you are absolutely clueless, and you don't have to be, but if you are, this book is so helpful because it tells you, hey girl, where am I going to take you out? Date night at a comedy show. And then you get to write out who was there, the favorite part of your date, the favorite things you learned about the person, the outfit that the person wore, expected and the usual things, a song that was playing, and a love note. Could you imagine gifting this for like a birthday or anything? Like, listen, we've been together 10 years, and look, I filled up this whole book. You know how freaking romantic that would be that someone remembered I wore that blue pastel thing that I was super hype about on that date? It's like, come on. Jaime, what inspired this?
Well, my lover and I have been together 12 years. However, 10 of those we weren't that happy. You know, we went through a lot of up and down. And these last couple of years, we began to fall in love with each other again, and we started dating each other again. And I thought that would be a really great thing. And so did he. So I did some of it. He designed it. He created some of it. So we came with it together because we would take pictures of our dates and go to themed parties and go to different things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people need this. So it was our dating journey.
And you guys can get in contact with Jaime and grab it from, she'll probably put the link in the comment section below after this. So make sure you look for it. If it's something you want, it's super special. Definitely get it. I know the cover looks spicy. Not all the covers look like this. There's different covers in case you're a little bit. If you're a mild sauce, that's okay. You could be a mild sauce. But if you're a spicy hot tamale sauce and you like this kind of cover, then you can get a spicy hot tamale cover. Okay, but the inside part is the same. They're just pretty in the front.
I love that. Yeah.
It's all right. I'm gonna jump into supernatural story time now. Jaime, get a glass of water. We're about to jump in. And with the crack of thunder, Jaime's story has begun. The floor is yours, ma'am. The floor is all yours.
All right. Well, I'll just start. I don't like going back into my story. I'm gonna give you a big overall, and then I'm gonna tell you. Oh yes, naked in the streets.
I love you, Eric.
Yes. Be open-minded. I got to tell you, that's funny that he put that because I grew up following the rules. I grew up in a dysfunctional childhood, to say the least. It was traumatic. You might have heard the term complex PTSD. I only recently heard of that term. And so for me, having that much trauma and dysfunction, I knew I wanted to escape when I was 9 years old. And it literally was, it felt like a human trafficking situation. You feel trapped. So I knew at 9 years old, I counted down the years, okay, I have to get good grades. I have to follow the rules. I have to do everything. I can't leave. I can't escape if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So, I had to get good grades and whatever. And so going to the military wasn't necessarily an option of mine. And I'm poor and have no opportunities, or I thought, right? No one's going to spend time on a poor kid to tell her how to get grants and stuff. I didn't know what to do, where to go. I really didn't. Sure. Little did I know later, all this was dormant, sitting here. This Renaissance woman was just, sitting here. And that's the thing too. I always knew there was something, I always kept that hope. I always knew there was something special. But I had to do this. So when I saw the military was an opportunity for me to get out, escape, get an education, because I grew up with the library being my only peace because I couldn't get hurt there. Nobody could yell at me there. It was clean. It was quiet. And I got to learn because I knew the power of mind. I knew then at a young age, if I could just learn these words, if I could just research, if I could just go to that next level, even at 9 years old, knowing I had to go and learn. So being able to leave at 18 years old was this huge thing for me. This was going to change my life. So going in the military and being able to travel and do all these things that I did and learn how to live a life, I had to forget everything at 18 years old. And I was still, I went from one conditioning household into a completely, another controlled environment.
Yeah, and it's like you went from just one rules to another set of rules.
Right. But I didn't know any better because I wasn't given the tools to live a sustainable, homeostatic, balanced life. I wasn't given those tools. I didn't know. So I thought, okay, well, that's okay. It's not college. It's this, it's still whatever. So I did those rules. Had trauma in the military all over again. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this world? Another patriarch, another ran thing, and it gets swept under the rug and nobody cares. And I'm like, so you bury that trauma too, because now, okay, you don't have time to deal with this. I still got to go. So now I got to escape this situation. How do I escape this situation sustainably and have an exit strategy? What am I going to do then? And it was that constant thing my entire life as a Gen Xer. It was the military. And then it was like, oh, you got to go to college and you got to get a job and you got to do this and you got to do that. So I did those things and those things and those things. More conditioning.
Mm.
And all this time, you're burying who you are.
Yeah.
Because now you've taken on all of these external things, the external stimuli and the words and the phrases that have been used against you, the way your body's been violated since you were a little girl in the military and all these situations, and having that trauma on top over and over and over and over and over again. You are literally mutating yourself. You are being mutated. Your DNA is being mutated. You are traumatizing. The wire is fucked. Your brain, your love map, your trust, every single part of the blueprint of that we are has been fucked with.
Your central nervous system.
Huh?
Your central nervous system.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything. Your fight or flight response, the vagus nerve Eric mentioned, absolutely. Our entire systems. It is up to us to go back and rewire and realize, okay, this was conditioning. And wow, oh my gosh, you have to unpack and unravel and dig really fucking deep to get to that core, because until you're ready to say, stop, I'm living in an institution. Everywhere I turn around, it's indoctrination. I don't know who I am anymore. You do feel stuck. You cannot see anything else except for all of these things that we have been told to listen to and follow, adhere to, comply to, bow down to, literally bow down to, which is sickening unless you choose. Again, choice. So to have all these trauma for me, knowing I had all these to unbury, being a woman who is clearly a woman and having dealt with, sexual harassment in a world that all the time, Dominique, I see you, and I'm pretty safe to say there is, you can't even count how many times you've been sexually harassed, sexually talked to inappropriately.
In the military too. I have the same trauma from the military as well.
Yeah. And we're not listened to. We're not looked at as a real person, for real. And I'm so sick of patriarch telling me, oh, that's not how it was. The fuck it isn't. And us women need to start talking about it and bringing it up. And that's how we heal. And that is heal. When I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, enough. And with my son was one of the things that traumatized me even more. My son was told he has a disease, and I'm not going to get too much into how I feel about the FDA, but the way I view trauma, the way I view disease is that it's DNA trauma. And I truly feel that we are able to heal ourselves. We were given the systems. To do that with the right ingredients. And that was more trauma with him. So I had to learn the body and DNA and trauma. For 12 years, I've been researching cannabis and how it affects DNA, and plants and how it affects DNA, and hemp specifically and how it affects DNA. That's all I've been doing. How can I get better? What can I do? And finally, armed with that knowledge, the more knowledge I felt, finally, the stopping point for me, it started about 2017, and I got stronger and stronger and stronger. Finally, a couple of years ago, I was like, fuck this. I've had enough. My final straw was my son getting physically abused in the school system in Colorado. And there were a lot of things to lead up to that, but I want to help these women. I have some tips I want to make sure I get to. So all that trauma, all these research, probably over 25,000 hours of research with cannabis and DNA in the body. You have to realize that the fear that you feel, I know it seems real, but you've got to say, okay, something's not right. If you're saying to yourself, something's not right, I don't feel right. Because it isn't. You've been collecting this external stimuli your entire life. And you've been collecting the words, things, phrases, all these things that people have said about you and told you. And you were told at a young age, probably, that you couldn't be trusted, that your body could not be trusted, and that somebody had to take it over for you, had to take over your mind. So you've grown up in many ways more than you can probably even realize, that you've been told you cannot be trusted. So you've grown up with the fact, I can't trust myself. I don't know what decisions to make. I'm going to look to this person and this person and that and that and that. Stop it. You know who you are. You know if something does not feel comfortable. That woman who was saying about her codependent relationship, I bet you when she looks back now, she's like, oh, that didn't feel comfortable. Oh,
Mhm.
that felt weird. Oh
Mhm.
gosh, oh my gosh, what is that? And another thing that's real good too that people sneak in there, narcissists, right?
Mhm.
Narcissists are real good at telling you, when you tell them something, they say, no, that's not how it went down. You're wrong. The way your opinion is wrong. What you're feeling is wrong. The way you perceive it is wrong. No, it's not. You're allowed to view things, see things, whatever, how you feel. It's how do you feel first? When I say trust your gut, when they say trust your gut, your brain and your gut truly connected, physically connected. Okay, it really is. So if you feel something is wrong, step back and evaluate that. And even if you don't know what is going on at that moment, you just feel a moment of distrust, leave. Who cares if it was a fight or flight response that you had, or it's a trigger? Okay.
Yeah.
And a trigger
Yeah.
means that you don't feel safe. You need to trust it. You need to process it. And who gives a fuck what everyone else says? It doesn't matter where you're at. I don't care if you're at your best friend's wedding and something happens and you say, I got to go. You got to go. You'll start trusting yourself once you start doing those things. But to get to that, you got to be able to say to yourself, I'm not going to be a victim. That addicted to victim mindset. How long was I going to say, well, this happened. Oh, must be nice. I wish I could heal. You can. You don't have to say those things. When I hear that language or see that language, I can tell when someone is traumatized. I can tell when they're still in that cycle, that loop that they keep telling themselves that they aren't good enough, that they aren't worthy, that these other people can be happy and power of mine, but I can't. I promise you, we are only different 0.009% or something like that, a very small fraction of our DNA. Most of us the same. Our DNA is made the same. We have the same essential amino acids. We have the same power of mind. And that's the cool thing. Have the bravery and the courage to be truthful with yourself.
Oof.
Okay? You have to be able to say,
Mm.
and a lot of that's trauma, and you have to be able to accept it too. So you made a weird, awkward joke in front of somebody in public. So it was a little embarrassing. Okay. You're a dork.
If you're an Aquarius, you do that very often. That's like your state. That's my staple. That's for sure. Like if you think I'm flirting with you, you're wrong. If I'm being really weird, then I'm actually flirting with you.
See, and I'd start saying like these nerdy, dorky things, and that's okay that's okay. And so tell that to yourself. And if you don't want to be, if you're going to be in a crowd where like for an interview, right, I get excited and hyped. And it's easy for me to get hyped because I love life and I'm so passionate. I don't know any other way. So to feel calm was important to me, to be able to focus on Dominique's questions and know that there's a time and a place for me to be dorky, quirky, whatever, and get off track and be that person. And once you know yourself, you will do that. So being able to be honest and truthful with yourself, it's okay. All right. It's okay. Do that. And that in itself is going to build confidence. When you start being able to say, okay, this is how I am. Then you set boundaries. I've noticed a lot of women, there's a lot of, if you notice that you feel resentful towards someone for something, take a look at yourself. Did you give up time that you didn't want to, and you let them take it because you felt obligated? You have a problem setting boundaries. That means you're not confident. That means you don't have clarity. That means you don't know yourself yet. That's okay. That's okay. What's another one? I used to feel I would give my time away to everybody for everything. I would sacrifice even if I had to go pee, for fuck's sake, or if I had to go get, yeah. Oh, big time. And it's okay. Look, everyone's like, oh, you have to help all these people and do all these things, and your purpose in life is to serve. Enough. Okay. I have been serving my whole life, and it gets real complicated to draw that line and say, look, here's what I feel. I feel if I take care of myself, if I'm able to look inward and I'm able to accomplish self-love, self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement, to build that self-confidence and all of those things, then I believe everyone else has the power to do that. And we all need to be taking care of ourselves, because once we take care of ourselves, the rest of the world, the way we're connected, is going to start taking care of each other. we're going to start automatically doing that because we're automatically rewiring our brain. We're automatically going to be taking holistic actions. We're automatically going to be using the power of our own mind. And once we're able to do that singularly, we can extend out to others. But I'm going to give to myself first. I'm going to love myself first, because then I can set boundaries to know how much do I want someone else in my life? Do I want someone else in my mind space? You know, I don't think people realize what they're consuming. And they think, when they think of trauma, although trauma is events in your life that impaired your physiological human needs. No doubt about it. It's also, what are you putting in your body? What are you reading? What are you watching? Who are you listening to? Who are you hanging out with? You know, those are all things. What are you putting on your skin? Are you putting lotion on your skin that has bioengineered ingredients? Like, our skin's our biggest organ. So what are you putting on there? It's trauma. You know, things like that. And I don't think people are thinking about that. So when you start looking at yourself and being truthful with yourself, truly ask yourself, okay, wow, is this a resource and is it sustainable? Those are two simple things. Simple. Is it a resource and is it sustainable? Is this going to help me achieve long-term joy, long-term health, long-term happiness? And you'll know if you feel joy, if your stomach's not, you know, bloated because you ate something that hurt, or you're drinking water, you're not feeling weak and lethargic because you didn't drink enough water, you know. So those are the types of things I want people to think about getting to the root and the cause and effect.
In all of their relationships, not just people, not just places, but relationships with the self.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where it starts. That's where it has to start for your tower of alignment.
So once you started putting these things into practice, what would you say? I have two questions actually, and we have like 6 minutes. What would you say, for my two questions, is what was the biggest change for you after the implementation of these things that you've now learned? And when people meet you for the first time, and you guys can actually comment on this, I would actually like to know. When people see or meet you for the first time, what is their word? What is their description of you, of who they think you are?
I'll answer the second one in a minute. The first one, what biggest change for me, first of all, was, well, I had an orgasm at 43 years old for the first time. So
wow, that's huge.
I was able to remove that physical trauma, the emotional trauma, and put my tower of alignment in, you know, make it good. And it was to be able to, that's huge for me. That's huge.
That's huge for anybody.
Yeah.
People don't realize, people think that this is like just a physical system. It's a physiological, psychological, emotional, and spiritual system.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be able to trust yourself, to trust someone else, to allow that in is really, really huge. Being able to set boundaries and have clarity about my future, have clarity with my partner, have clarity about myself, where I'm going to be in 10 years, or how I can be for my son. I'm my own resource, I'm my own sustainability. So clarity for sure. And confidence, it was the biggest thing. And I think people lack that. The first thing people think about me when they meet me, probably, I have lots of energy.
I can see that.
I would have to say, or yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know how to answer that. That's funny. I've never asked anybody that.
Oh, I got that from a game. I was playing this game.
That's a fun one.
What is the game? We're Not Really Strangers. I don't know if anybody else has played this game. It's a conversational game. And it was, how do people initially perceive you? And people initially perceive me, and I get this a lot. The word is intimidated. And I am such a soft person. Like, it's like this face, this shell is past, you know what I'm saying? Like, is raised in the hood, then the military, then back in the hood. But really, like, on the inside, I'm just a goober, you guys. Like, I'm just like a straight up goober.
Oh, I love that. That's funny. Oh,
it says, Eric says, yep, people always come to me and ask how I keep up with all her energy. Aw, that's so sweet. How do you keep up with all her energy? That's a real question. That's a real question right there. Oh Lord. Okay, Jamie, is there anything you want to drop off before we jump into our next? He said I can. By the way, I actually can't keep up with all her
Yes, he
energy.
can.
Yes, he can.
I want to say that the power is within you. You can transform your trauma into power. I promise you can. You need to get to know yourself, date yourself, be a friend to yourself, make a commitment to yourself. Love yourself, and then you'll be able to do that for others. I promise it starts with you. You cannot be worried about other people. You can't be there for your children, your loved ones, or anyone until you're there for yourself. You come first.
Yeah, you do come first. You can't pour from an empty well, an empty cup. I agree. Jamie, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pop you in the green room, but you're not going anywhere just yet. So I'm going to do a reading for the collective, including yourself. And for you guys at home, if you've never seen a reading before, this is not some like mystical, whimsical, woo-woo stuff. Cards are neutral. They basically come from a neutral space to help give us a different perspective on what we're going through, and they're objective, and we place them into our subjective field, and they're meant as an empowerment tool. So we're going to jump into the midweek collective energy check-in for everybody at home. Jamie's going to pop in the back, and then she's going to tell us her final thoughts as far as the midweek collective check-in goes. All right, so stay tuned. There might be a message in here just for you. Okay, guys, here's the midweek collective energy check-in. Here's our first card of the evening. And we're starting off with the Magic Guardian card. She says, unlock. Oops, wait, I'm facing the wrong way, y'all. Someone needs to fire this engineer. Unlock all the magic within. So your magic, what is your magic? Is this some kind of like Harry Potter super sorcerer wand stuff? No, your magic is your charm. Your magic is your sensuality. Your magic is your curiosity, your ability to listen and hold space. Your magic is having that orgasm at 44 years old. Your magic is that deepness within you. It is an embodiment, an essence, your gifts, those things that you naturally exude, and they don't have to be fine-tuned, but they exist within all of us to be accessible and to be given of freely, okay, to be given of freely in a form of service to the world. And just like Jaime said, as we talked about all of these perspectives and prerogatives, we have this card of the butterfly deck. You are stronger than you know. We don't have to look at anyone else and compare ourselves to someone else. Sometimes it's hard for us to see, how do I get there? We might see someone who's super fit, and you're like, oh man, but you're so fit and it's so easy for you to stay that way. You're so disciplined, but you don't know, they may have weighed 300 pounds before. Or someone like myself, you would have, seeing me now, you wouldn't have known I wouldn't have been able to walk 15 feet before without being unattended. And you just see a finished product, but we're all a masterpiece in process, okay? We're all a canvas slowly being painted on, but the image that you paint is up to you, but you have the ability, as long as you choose, you do have the ability to transform and become whatever you want to become, whoever you want to become, at the rate and speed in which you want to become it. Okay. Worry is a wasted emotion. How many times have you said, I'm not going to try because I don't want to fail? What if people criticize me? What if people judge me? XYZ. I just made a brand new Instagram recently about rope art. And talking yesterday on the show, they asked me, wow, this is all brand new. No, it hasn't. It is just, I was worried how it would be perceived because I'm in the spiritual community and I'm placed into a box. And sometimes we have to push through those barriers, because with our fear being there, if we can move through them, we become courageous. And in that courageousness, we're actually paving the way for other people to stand in their most authentic selves by us just standing in our own authentic self. Okay. And our next card is going to be our animal totem for the week. And we have the chameleon as our animal totem. And it says, conceal ambition with patience until it is time to make your move. So if you're working on a project, you want to, like I just revealed, suddenly I had a new Instagram page. Did I ask permission or opinions from people? No, because they're not me. They're not in my footsteps. They haven't had to go through what I had to go through to find the confidence, the ability, the acceptance of where I'm knowingly going. So this is one of those things. Don't tell people your plans, because they might just talk you off the ledge if you're not in a space where you're certain or sure enough in what you're doing. All right. So once you do it, then you can share it. Until then, keep it to yourself, is what the chameleon energy is saying. And why is that? Because if we share the baby, I don't know if you guys ever knew this, but there's like these old wives' tales that people don't share when they're pregnant until there's a certain length of time has passed in the trimesters. I don't know exactly what that is, because I've never been pregnant. But I have heard people say, oh, I didn't share because I wanted to make sure. So nothing comes from the situation when we share prematurely. The same way the flambe is in the oven, you don't want to speak too loudly next to it or it'll fall. So nothing comes from worry. Nothing comes from sharing your fears. If you're going to share anything, share your successes. Share what the steps you've already taken. But don't share your weaknesses at this moment in time, and don't share your fears, because someone might just talk you out of a dream of yours because they're going to vibrate and resonate within their own fears and only see their limited abilities. No one's you. Okay. No one knows how strong you are. No one knows your capabilities. And you know, as a matter of fact, you might not even know. And that's okay. But sharing our weaknesses and our fears in this moment in time, it is not advised. Okay. And we finally have, as our final outcome card, the 3 of Wands. I love this card. If you guys watch the Golden Girls, this is Sophia from the Golden Girls. And she has these binoculars on, and what she's looking at is her ships are coming into they're coming into the, what is that called? Not border. It's like they're coming to the sand, but there's a word for that. Anyways, the ships are coming in. They're here. They have arrived. They're almost there. So all you have to do is wait for divine timing, just like in our angel number 126. Our material needs are being met. Those things that we are asking for are coming in. We just have to be patient and share our successes and not our fears. Okay. The shore. Thank you, Eric. Lord, I couldn't. What? All right. So that's our collective message for the week. I'm going to bring Jaime back on. Jaime, how are you feeling about this message?
I love it. First of all, my number is 3. That's why when you said 3 earlier about the energy stuff, but I love 3. I always see 3s. 3 is my number. Oh, Robert Brooker.
Yeah. So this message today was about sharing our successes. That way we can step into our most authentic selves. That worry is a wasted emotion to unlock our magic, and that we're stronger than we know.
Boom,
I feel like that resonated with your story.
Oh yeah, all of those things did. All of them did. I didn't use the word worry. I used the word fear. Absolutely. It's not real. It's not real. It's only real as if you give life to it. Then it's real. But it really isn't. My final thoughts would be, if you're ready for that, I don't want to run out of time.
Final thoughts.
We get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. And don't be afraid to tap into your raw primal ancestry. Don't be afraid to say, just think about if you were a caveman back in your ancestors and stuff like that, the most natural you could be, the most authentic you could be, the most primal and raw you could be. Who would that be if you could strip away all the toxins?
Beautiful. Thank you, Jaime, so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I love you so much. You are a super badass Renaissance woman. And I appreciate you from above and beyond, man. Eric says, when I was 10 years old, I wanted a unique favorite number, and I picked 116.22. I was stuck with this number as my favorite number for life. Crazy how you picked 126 as the angel number. Super wild. Is it super wild or is it synchronized? Love you all, Robert. All right, you guys already know I'm going to do my Jerry Springer final moments, but we call that in this segment. It's called Oracle's Final Thoughts con mucho amor. What did I learn from Jaime? Find out in this next moment. Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural that has left a positive impact on yourself or the lives of others? Want to share your story on our show? Please email Divine Encounters at e360tv.com, and together, let's create divine experiences. And now, the Oracle's final thoughts con mucho amor. Whew, man, this was a jam-packed episode full of so much information. But what I want to say is, if you want to be an explosive, unstoppable force, you have to be more of who you are. You have to be willing to do the hard work. You have to be willing to be curious. Because within that curiosity is when we learn how to be honest with ourselves. Because we can't just be honest with ourselves if we have nothing to reflect or mirror a different way of living. So through our experiences, through our storytelling, through our friends, let us learn, let us explore, let us ask questions, let us dive deep. Let us acknowledge that there are things that we don't know. We may never know. But wouldn't it be wonderful to just step into that coat just for a moment and see what the weather is on the other side? I know I'm curious. I hope you guys go forward, and I dare you to encounter more. But above all else, come back Sunday night, because you know we're doing all of your horoscopes. Sunday night and next Wednesday, supernatural story time. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself. Love thyself. And remember, the divine always has your back. Ciao.
Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
We'll be right back.